He didn't.
Why didn't he die? Do you know why? Is it like another him or something? Do you even know?
I have no idea.
It doesn't matter.
Who watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
I heard it's good. I'm not gonna watch it.
Fine. I've watched like
it's got
a couple
superheroes in it,
seasons.
right? A bunch of interesting superheroes, maybe?
No, it doesn't.
What?
It doesn't.
What were the scenes I watched? Were those all villains that had the superpowers?
I guess.
Oh.
I think they introduced Inhumans at some point.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, that's not important. But yeah, Avengers obviously was the first of its kind. It was good enough. They had... I mean, all they ended up doing was fighting a fucking army. It set up a lot of tropes that they realized worked, that they kept for the entire time. And they still do. Sky battle against an enemy who you don't... is nameless. This one...
Was there a Skybeam?
This one reintroduced Loki and kind of showed a lot of the things that would make Loki kind of liked a lot in the future movies. Like, all of his quippiness. Oh, god damn it. It's nothing but quips. It's just quips. You know, I loved it at the time, but I hate how Iron Man just degrades the other heroes around him to make himself cooler. Like, he does that to Cap throughout all of Avengers. He degrades Cap to make himself look cool. Even though... I think it's funny that... I'll get there, hold on. I'm going to go through each movie and kind of do... I didn't think I was going to do this, but I'm doing it now.
Wait, hold on, are we still talking about Avengers?
Yeah.
Was that the first Skybeam? Because multiple movies... Oh, it was probably Man of Steel was the first Skybeam.
No.
What was the first Skybeam?
Iron Man 1.
Skybeam?
When they blow up the arc reactor, it shoots up into the sky and kills the bad guy.
Yeah,
and then Avengers had a sky beam, and then I think Thor,
like constant sky beam.
Thor basically had a sky beam because of them trying to destroy the Rainbow Bridge. Which, hey, that didn't matter. They just said, "Oh yeah, we have another way to get you to Earth." Then what was the point of that?
There's no rules.
Apparently, there's no rules.
You do whatever you want. That's fine.
That was probably when they decided that you had to run the endings of your movies.
You don't have to continuity everything in this fucking MCU. Just continuity certain things. Like, I can do this all day. That's what he was talking about, actually. Like, I'm gonna follow these tropes and these trends all day. And I'm still gonna make billions and billions of dollars.
Yeah, right. They can literally do whatever the fuck they want. They're gonna make money. What came after Avengers? Do you remember?
There's 22 movies, man.
Right.
I don't fucking know.
Iron Man 3, maybe.
We can follow the Avengers thing. That would probably be easier than trying to figure. You know what I mean?
I think actually, come to think of it, I think it was Guardians came after Avengers, maybe.
Well, Guardians of the Galaxy is easily one of the best, in my opinion.
It was just the villain was trash, yeah, but that didn't matter. That wasn't what the movie was about. It was about this band of misfits coming together to do the best they could. And god damn it, the chemistry between those characters. Like Joss Whedon's script for Avengers was good. James Gunn's for Guardians was better. Like, the dialogue between Rocket, Peter, Drax is hilarious. And, you know, say what you will about the fact that how much money Vin Diesel got paid to say, like, I think a total of 5 words.
Well, also, he had to speak "I am Groot" in different languages. Did you know that?
Oh,
because they released it. They released it for other countries, and then he had to redo his lines.
That's cool.
And then they even asked him about it, like, when he was.
He also did mocap on stilts. That's pretty neat.
What?
Motion capture.
Drax did?
No, Groot.
Oh, I'm sorry, Vin Diesel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because he was tall.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Bradley Cooper did not do motion capture for
I really like Star-Lord. I think Star-Lord is fun.
He's funny, he's just dumb.
He's like, he's a very lovable douche. Like Schmidt in New Girl. Should we review that? Doesn't matter. Anyway. Gamora was okay. I think Gamora doesn't really have much of a
Gamora, to me,
character.
Is significantly less interesting than Nebula.
She just doesn't
Nebula
have
has a more
much
interesting
of a character. She's just a girl.
She's a good fighter.
But it kind of sucks because it's a typical, like, the curse of the pretty girl. just throw her in as like a love interest. That's all that really matters about her. Oh, make sure she's attractive. You know, it kind of sucks for her because they could have given more of a character.
Thankfully,
her acting was still good.
Yeah, she was fine.
Yeah.
She didn't do anything wrong. She just, I found Nebula more interesting.
Definitely.
She has the more interesting backstory.
Well, yeah. Well, Nebula's story is tragic. Rocket Raccoon, his story is tragic.
They're all of their stories are tragic.
Fairly tragic. It's just that Gamora's isn't
as tragic as the others.
It's tragic later when
Well,
it's painted in a different light.
Anyway, so that one came out, and then I want to say Age of Ultron?
I don't know.
Actually, I think it was Thor: The Dark World, and that movie was terrible.
Have you guys seen Thor: The Dark World? Of course you haven't, because it was terrible.
It wasn't good.
You got a feeling, right? You're like, this is a bad movie, and you just didn't watch it. That's what I got. And then I watched it anyway. It took me 5 tries, and then I finally finished it.
It's not fun.
It was
It's
awful.
not as fun.
There's a couple fun parts. Almost, kind of, not really.
The comedy is super forced.
People die, so watch it to know who dies. One person dies.
Who?
Besides
the bad guy.
Thor's mom.
Yeah, okay. Spoiler alert for a movie that came out roughly 8 years ago.
That no one's ever going to watch. But this is a good reason to skip Thor 2.
That's actually the only really important plot point that came out of Thor 2. There were 2 plot points in Thor 2 that mattered for the overall story. 1, Thor's mom died. 2, that was their second Infinity Stone. Or that was another Infinity Stone. As this is the point after Avengers, they start focusing on the Infinity Stones.
Also, Loki gets more of I don't know what you would call it, character development. Because he seems more like a person.
Anti-hero.
He has more like humanity.
Even though he's still a dick at the end. He replaces his dad.
He kind of, I think that he saves Thor, right? He saves Thor, but not really because you're like, why did he die then? Just cause he just randomly died? I thought he died saving Thor.
He did sacrifice himself, but he faked his death. So
I know
he wasn't actually sacrificed at all.
So but he pretended, right?
Yes.
To save himself. So it seems like he has character development that he's like, he redeemed, he saved his brother, and blah blah. So it almost seems like he changes. But then there's more hints that he's like maybe changing. Yeah. That's kind of like his consistency.
Anyway, after that, I'm pretty sure if I'm going in the right, I'm sure you guys in the comments, if we forget a movie, there's 22 of them. We're sorry.
We're not going to forget any of them.
Okay. I think it's Age of Ultron next.
Sure.
Age of Ultron was the weakest Avengers movie, which is really a shame because James Spader's performance as Ultron was really fucking good, but it was so much they tried to just jam into this movie.
Hey, it also had the famous Thor's hammer scene, where they Captain America got to nudge, and they had a payoff like a million movies later.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
So that movie happened. That movie, they actually gave Hawkeye a backstory, which was kind of nice. I have a few pet peeves with this movie that I feel like there were narrative choices that were made that I thought didn't make sense organically.
Eric just hates movies.
No, I don't. No, I don't. There's just aspects of this movie that could have been better, in my opinion. Obviously, I don't make movies, but this is just my humble opinion.
I thought the whole piece of land flying up in the air was pretty funny. Even though it's supposed to be like sad, it's just kind of cartoonish. It's fine. It's a comic book movie. But
I hate that they gave Cap more shit. Like, all of the... Oh, that's the one we forgot. Captain America Winter Soldier.
Oh, that came out before?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a really good movie. I liked it a lot.
It's very, very good, and it is very important because it literally... S.H.I.E.L.D. is destroyed. That's the one where S.H.I.E.L.D. is literally... And it introduces the Winter Soldier, which is one of the best characters in the entire MCU.
Oh, you think so?
Oh, yeah. Bucky's... I like the tortured characters because I feel like there's more there to mine for like feeling and stories to tell. Let's see. So that movie's amazing, showing that Hydra has infiltrated and been inside of S.H.I.E.L.D. almost since its inception, and basically Hydra controls S.H.I.E.L.D. So in order to root it out, Cap just destroys S.H.I.E.L.D. basically.
Also, do you like pew-pews? Because there's a lot of that in Winter Soldier.
And the fight
all over
scenes,
the place.
The fight scenes in Winter Soldier are some of the best in the entire MCU story or canon. Like,
plus it's got the scene where a person jumps out of a window. What's cool about that scene is there's a person behind him, like filming him as he's also jumping, and it's like a green screen thing, but it's still cool. There's a bunch of little things like that. Stairway fight scene was really cool.
Actually, Cap's fight scene in the elevator.
Oh man, that wasn't
like the best,
amazing.
Maybe the best fight scene in all of.
He says a famous line, doesn't he? He says something. You know what I'm
Before we do this, does anyone want to get out?
Yeah.
And then he just beats the shit out of like 8 dudes.
While he's getting that crazy magnet thing to hold his ankle and hold his wrist. Spectacular.
So yeah, that movie's great. That's one of my favorites. That's probably in my top 5. After that is Ultron, which is like, there were just so many left field decisions made in Age of Ultron. Like,
what sucks is like, okay, so Age of Ultron makes it seem like it's just Avengers versus Ultron, but then a good portion of the movie is about this brother and sister.
Not enough.
I know, not enough. They're just kind of in there.
Too much.
And it sucks because they don't have a good introduction because they're just a little puzzle piece in this.
So they didn't own
huge
mutants
thing
at the time, which is really frustrating, which means they couldn't have the true backstory of Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, which is annoying as shit. But, I mean, Ultron was well done to a certain extent. Like, James Spader did a great job I think James Spader did one of the more admirable jobs. You may not like the storyline, but you can't deny that his performance was amazing. I hate the fact that Tony Stark created Ultron, this world-ending threat, and they treated Cap worse about him not liking Tony swearing. Like, the language.
Well, hold on, I want to say something, right? Tony Stark saved the fucking world when he
didn't?
Took that, not in Age of Ultron. Took that explosive
nuke?
Yeah, through the portal.
Yeah.
And then he went to Martin and killed them all.
Then
he seemingly died, but then he just barely made it through the portal before he died.
The good thing about that is it did kind of...
It set up his whole personality.
It set up his arc.
He pretty much he feels like he pretty much died. Like, his life was over. He's been permanently scarred from this instance.
I don't think that's what it was. I think it was he saw the possibility of him not being able to stop the end of the world in Avengers. And then in Avengers Ultron, she gave him that little head thing